Previously on Glambition. My agents told me that maybe it was time for me to change my market and try the Caribbean because of my strong background.
You didn't win.
You have to jump in. Believe me, you'll find the wings to fly.
My dad decided to retire, and I am running his business, homemade ice cream company.
I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor, I make ice cream.
Okay, girl, you go ahead, you assert yourself. You say what you need to say.
I think Leah is pompous, and I'm real good with vibes. She's a
Ambition is what they have, and glam came with the package.
With blue seas and sandy beaches as the backdrop, these girls take no days off.
A pretty face may get them to the door, but the determination to win gets them in.
Being a boss is never easy, and their climb to the top comes with drama.
Designer lifestyles make it hard to be lazy. No one wants to be the last season's best.
Getting the look may cost you, but ambition is always priceless. It's called Glambition.
I'm definitely a daddy's girl. If he had any other kids, I would kill them. Did I just say that? Sorry. He's been in the homemade ice cream business for 31 years. I kind of owe my life to my dad and his efforts to always make sure that I'm comfortable and happy. And he has decided that he wants to retire. So we're pitching to the newly constructed board. That is my dad, his girlfriend of umpteen years, and Brenda.
You may be wondering what's going on. Well, my father's been doing this, Mr. Edwards, for 31 years, and he's ready to move on. He's ready to step into different shoes and for the business to move forward. So to do that, something has to be implemented.
In this meeting, I have to prove to my father that I am focused, that I understand what it's going to take to run this business and to take it to the next level.
The purpose of this meeting is to introduce the new management and the proposed way forward. At the end of the meeting, you should have a clear understanding of the roles and responsibilities of each party in respect to the operations of Mama's homemade ice cream.
He's the brain, and I make everything colorful. I make what he has produced palatable for people to want it. Whether it's ice cream or shoes or myself, I can make you buy it.
Who better to take this business into a new realm, to a new level, but the daughter of the founder of Mama's Homemade Ice Cream, and that just happens to be me.
I have a very kind of volatile relationship with my father's girlfriend. I feel as if she has always looked at me like I'm a spoiled brat, and to some extent I am. I make no apologies for that. I'm my father's child, and I'm his only child. So our relationship is super special. Anybody who gets in between that will be annihilated. If she was a smart woman, she would just accept it and, just work on her relationship with him.
We want a lifestyle brand. We want something that people think is a integral part of themselves and this country. When they see Mama's Homemade Ice Cream, they must immediately think Trinidad. It's not just about the products, but what's important is that we're selling a story. We're selling history, 31 years of history. So that when they come, it's interesting that they get tidbits of how we started, where we are now, how we got here. So it's like he said, a holistic way of selling something. It's not just about the product. With these different phases, we are sure that we can turn over this company and take it to the next level. Question and answer time.
So that's it. We have to impress them.
I'm happy that, we're about to take Mamas from one point to the other, from this level to the other level. My daughter, I think, is a good team, and I really have the confidence that, we can do it.
Every day I feel more and more comfortable with the idea of running a homemade ice cream company. I'm running everything. Nobody's giving me any direction.
At the Minute Airport, I see this magazine. It's really cool. It's called Six Carlos. Turns out that it's based in Trinidad anyway. So I had my agents call them and set up a meeting because as soon as I land, I need to start working. There's no time to waste. So I just touched down last night.
From?
New York. So where are you from originally?
I'm from New York. I'm from Brooklyn. Born and raised.
Sorry
to hear that. Are you serious?
He's Brooklyn, I'm Queens. So we have that whole New York connection. I can relax a little bit more. It's kind of like, oh, we're family anyway. Distant cousins, everybody's cousins. I was talking to my agencies, and because my background is from the West Indies and I've done all the major markets and things of that nature, they wanted me to expand and maybe try it out here. So I wanted to get some more information on that. I was in South Africa for a while, and we got amazing tiers. And most of the agencies in New York send their girls to South Africa because you may not make a lot of money, but you're going to come back with great editorials. So is the same here?
I think it's starting to shape up to be that. People are trying their hands at it, and people are trying to be a little bit more creative with shooting and what that means in terms of publications and fashion editorials. Now, as you put it in terms of the possible editorials you can get, the advances to your tier sheet, to your portfolio, I think that is definitely a good alternative for here.
Sparrow's giving me some information, but then I'm trying to compare it to what Leah and Isaki was telling me at Girls Night.
There are jobs, and the girls do get booked, but in terms of what we get paid, it's like nowhere close to, like nowhere.
And it kind of isn't matching up. One side is saying you won't make any money. One side is saying you may make some money. It's kind of like, I got to do this on my own.
What we're doing at Six Carlos is trying to push the boundaries in terms of what you would see anywhere else in the world in terms of what constitutes art as it relates to fashion and a fashion shoot. When I sit down to start to build an editorial idea for the publication, the first thing I'm looking for is new faces. So new faces, no direction needed in terms of when they step in front of that camera and they know how to do 100 poses without me having to say or direct, or the photographer having to work extra hard.
Right. So you're looking for me. Well, I'll show you my book.
You're tall, you're lean, you obviously photograph well, so I don't see why you wouldn't be able to get some great tiers, so not only just here, but around the Caribbean.
Right, okay. But do I have a shoot with you guys?
With me? So
Coming up on Glambition.
Hi,
Nice to meet you.
Sarah. I need to take this girl out and show her that we go hard.
Maybe she doesn't like me. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she gets a bottle here and there. Right. Okay. But do I have a shoot with you guys?
With me? So
booking a job with Six Carlos would be a big deal. I'm starting to see that Trinidad is very cliquish. So I want to be in with this clique because they're obviously on top.
I mean, if you're gonna be here long enough, yeah, I think that we'd be able to do something. I'd like to do something. I can definitely tell you you'll get some great pictures out of it.
Okay, I'm okay with that. So I'd love to set that up and work with you.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think that'd be great.
Sparrow telling me that he would like to work with me on an upcoming shoot. It's not really that big of a surprise to me. In my head, I know they would want me. I mean, I deliver.
So I'm walking into mailing and I bump into this girl.
Hi.
Hi. Do I know you?
Maybe, but I'm a new face here.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're not Chinese?
No.
Okay.
No, but Bianca.
Hi,
Nice to meet you.
Sarah.
I see Sarah Jane, and first glance, I'm looking at her, and I think she's a very beautiful girl. I think she's really pretty. I just came in here to meet with Six Carlos. So
Okay.
I'm from I have West Indian family, but
Okay.
from New York, and I came in to try out the scene and meet everybody. So I came to meet with them, see if I can get a shoot in.
She's here from New York for a little while to explore the scene. I don't know what that means, but I figured she could use a party in the process. Maybe go to Zen or maybe have some drinks somewhere.
Getting some work in, some partying. Nice. I only went out a little bit last night with the girls, so I haven't really done too much.
I will take you out. I will take you out.
Okay. Well, let me get your information.
Yeah, sure. I'll put my number on your phone.
And we need to do something. Do you party?
I guess the weirdest thing about this whole conversation is Bianca asking me if I'm a party girl, because that is easily one of the things I'm known for on this island.
I'll have to forgive you because you don't know me, but that's a ridiculous question.
Okay,
yes.
So you are the party.
yes,
okay.
I'll take you out. I'll take you out.
The thing is, you can go out in Trinidad and come home at midnight and not go hard, or you could be like us and
when I do party, I party hard. I got a elite group of friends that I hang out with. We do the whole private jets, box seats everywhere, front row, courtside. It's just, if you're gonna do it big. If you ain't gonna do it big, don't do it at all. I don't know her. This is not my place. Seems like she's running the town, so I want to go out with her and see how she does it. Maybe she does it like me. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she gets a bottle here and there.
People around the world think that Trinis like to party for any reason, and we celebrate life and we party as much as everybody should be partying. So we have developed a reputation for being people who know how to do it. I need to take this girl out, and show her that we go hard.
So nice meeting you.
Lovely to meet you
And
as
then
well.
we'll connect and hang out.
Call me.
I will. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
So I get a call from JP, who works at Fantasy but is also a good friend of mine, and he wants me to come in to talk business. That's all he's told me, but I'm not sure about what exactly.
I know we talked the other night, right? You wanted me to come in or something?
That's actually what we were just discussing.
As we were discussing, we have Fantasy been around for a year. You were with us from the start and stuff. So, the other night we were trying to, Beyond and I were talking, and we were like, we really need to find, somebody who we really think fits in with the brand a lot, and somebody that I think will add a lot of value to the brand and so on. So we actually have some ideas on stuff that we wanted to talk to you about. So hence our little meeting today. We know you're a fantasy girl from long time. In light of your recent accomplishments and so on, we really think that you have what it takes, So we have some ideas.
This is exciting. Let's go. Shoot.
Sergey, your image and your following, like I see your on your Facebook and your Twitter and so on. You may put up something as simple as a little picture of you and a couple of girlfriends liming, and you're getting 150 likes and 25 shares and 60 comments.
From crazy people.
It doesn't matter. The fact is that you're getting, you have a following, and we would also like to, not necessarily use your face, but use your image as well on a lot of our artwork.
You can use my face. My face gets used all the time.
There's the section leader offer that obviously we would like you to front one of these sections. That would be your choice.
So Fantasy is now offering me a job that's basically larger than life. They want me to be the face of Carnival, which would mean being on the cover of their magazine. It would also mean having a huge section leader costume, doing a lot of model work for them, being on their brochures, etc. And that alone is huge.
We know you have a background in event coordination, and Fantasy has a lot of events, especially around Carnival time. What you tell us what you think you'd be interested in? What would you bring to the table for Fantasy?
Well, I think, especially with Carnival, it's so competitive. It's very much about, I guess, taking it to the next level. And it's not like Fantasy doesn't have competitors that are known for event throwing, and you need someone who's gonna conceptualize new events and execute them properly. Like, I think I could really bring that to the table for you all.
This is actually, in a way, the perfect job for me because not only does it play up my strengths, but it's also in the sense that I love fantasy. I feel like any girl that would have come into that room and had that offer thrown at them would have just snapped it up right away. I kind of had to stop, slow down, and tell myself, you know, actually think about if this is right for you. Is this the right move for you?
There's a whole range of ways that you could be involved in that as well, you know, which we could discuss once you think that we're good enough for you.
I don't really know what to say. This sounds amazing. It's just I am kind of overwhelmed. I mean, I just want to make sure that I do a good job with it, pretty much, you know, and I want to also, I don't want this to take up so much of my time that I end up having to put the goals that I kind of have, the side goals that I kind of want to deliver on for Sarah Jane.
Don't let it be too overwhelming because a lot of the things that we are talking about post-Carnival. So we don't even really need to get into too much detail with that now, you know, let's focus on the next 3 months leading up to Carnival and how you can add value.
Yeah, so you could take your time, think about it, and get back to us.
Yeah, I kind of just want to mull it over a little bit.
It's about being more than just a pretty face. You know, I think it's also understanding how this would be a strategic move for my career. I love JB, I love Bjorn, they're great people, and I would love to be a part of the fantasy team, but at the end of the day, I just want to make sure that this is what I want.
I got an email during exams at law school asking me if I wanted to manage the Miss Barbados World franchise. And I mean, after 2 or 3 days of thinking, and I asked my friends and I asked my family, and everybody was like, no, you have no time for that. And I kind of slept on it. I decided to take the franchise. I feel like when things just fall into your lap, you're supposed to do it. It's because there's some other power working in your favor. I have to have this conversation with Charmaine. She's the project director, stage director for Miss Barbados World. We've kind of been avoiding it, but the time has come down to having a conversation now, because if we're going to move forward with the franchise, we need to know now, and we kind of need to start moving now. It's coming up to that time now where we either have to decide if we're doing it or not.
Well, I think we should do it on the basis that, well, we did such a good job. And I don't think that in the history of the pageant, they had a show like what we put on the last time.
The franchise where it was before to where it is now, its leagues improved. We took the brand from nothing and made it into an elitist brand. That was our vision and purpose when we started.
I think if we could get a Miss World, then we would get everybody's attention and a lot more people would be interested in the pageant, because they'd realize, oh, we have that potential here.
Yeah. I'm not so concerned with what people think, and I'm pretty confident in myself and in the things that I do. Even my impulsive decisions are very well thought out. I make decisions, and who doesn't like it can lump it. We both have our lives, you know, full-time stuff. So we kind of have to decide if we're going to, if we have the space and time to juggle that as well, or if it's going to be financially viable for us. I told you about Nikita, right?
Oh, the music.
Yeah,
the music.
talent, artist management thing. Right, so I'm going full on into that now. Nikita's doing Carnival next year, which is January into February. So I can't take that time off.
Nikita can still perform that Miss Barbados World.
Well, yes, but that can't be the only thing she does in 6 months.
And it's kind of hard to find somebody to do what we did earlier.
I know.
And you know what I mean? Because we did it on very little. It looked glamorous and everything, but people wouldn't know the challenges that we had.
Yeah.
You know. I am here for you, Leah. I'm here for Miss Barbados World too.
I don't want to do anything and fall short of, you know, my personal vision or even what people expect of it. So that's my worry. Yeah. All right then. So I'll think about it. I'll kind of let our conversation marinate a bit, and I'll decide. There will be some measure of sacrifice if I hold on to both things. If I hold on to the talent management as well as Miss Barbados World, I have to choose one or the other.
I'm at Zen, I get there before Bianca, and I'm kind of nervous because I realize I don't know this girl that well. she could be some crazy person. I know that the New York club scene is hardcore. So I guess it kind of gives me a little bit of an incentive to try and show Bianca a really good time. I want Bianca to sit there looking around, cannot believe that this is in Trinidad, you know? Small island, big club, big party, big personalities. Hopefully she's a party girl.
Sarah Jane ended up calling me, so I wanted to see how she partied. When I walk in Zen, I must say I'm really surprised. Coming from Turks, our clubs are really home size, and Zen looks like a New York City club. The VIP rooms are dope, the service is great. It was kind of cool to see it. I walk into the Sarah Jade's VIP booth, and it's just Sarah Jade in her glass. So it's kind of like, awkward, I don't really want to be here with just her. If I'm gonna do a booth, I'm gonna do the booth in the crowd. Like, I wanna be on top of the table, on the chairs, dancing. I like people, so I'm into personalities. I invest in personalities, not in bottles. She likes bottles. I like personalities. She's just not for me. So I just kind of distance myself.
Rude is a strong word, you know, but standoffish kind of seems to fit the bill a bit more. I just ignored it, played it cool, and left it at that. This is not really happening right now.
I don't think this is gonna end well.
Coming up on Glambition.
Lori was basically inappropriate as always.
Don't be the island whore.
There was some tension, so I just ignored it. Tonight is also the night that I'm going to be introducing Lori to Bianca. Lori and I come from completely different social circles, so I guess kind of a random friendship, but we just became instantly close. If Lori doesn't like you, she lets you know.
I'm gonna go grab a drink, okay? I need one. Alright. See you in a little bit. Yeah. Great. So we're from one second down there. Not really sure why you yeah. And then I heard she was on America's Next Top Model, so I dangled her. And it's literally like top 10 cat fights. And it was like, so I'm not gonna step to her. If she comes to me, obviously. She will. But she's been very nice. Well, yeah, because you don't know yet.
Sarah Jane making it sound like they're best friends already. Which is weird.
I'm texting my friends. I'm not even thinking about the girls or if I'm being standoffish or if I'm being rude. I'm just doing my own thing. That's what I do. I do me. I'm not worried about what you're thinking.
Weren't you the one who was telling me, I can party, I'm gonna keep up, it'll be so much fun?
I like meeting new people, you know. I'm bored. She's sitting down there, she looking bored too. And I fast, so I go and I sit and talk to her.
So what's your advice for me to take back?
You just find out just such a random question. What do you mean advice? Life is life, right?
Lori was basically inappropriate as always.
I just telling her to down the place. Because I mean, it's just get old and tired, you know? And nobody's want you again. And all that VIP passes only last for a season.
Don't be the island whore. And because the space is so small, I get it. I just didn't expect her to say it so bluntly. Lori doesn't have a filter. She's just letting it all flow out. Sarah's still very much showing me her representative, whereas Lori doesn't have a representative. This is who I am. I would hang out with Lori over Sarah any day.
I guess all I could do is try.
Next time on Glambition, Bianca and Leah unleash their inner mean girls.
Who's Sarah Jane?
She said she was a favorite though.
It's like literally like Miss Congeniality, like Miss Crowd Favorite.
Lori is starting to feel the pressure.
It's not about all you. It's about the clothes.
Leah sets up a major shoot for her artist.
Mel from Trinidad Lookbook, and Nikita's with me. So I think maybe a magazine shoot would be a good fit.
But Isake knocks it down.
You just want to make sure that whoever you're choosing fits in the aesthetic of your
Exactly.
lookbook.
Exactly. I just know Leah's gonna take this the wrong way.
Keep your freaking opinion to your damn self.